Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Puck Nation, episode 52, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? 52, I got it right. That's 2 weeks in a row I get it right.
Yeah, it's like a deck of cards.
It's a good start.
52, a deck of cards, yeah. Remember? We said, we're going to get 2, we're going to get 3. Now, anyway, we got 52. Boys, how's it going? Everybody good?
Doing good.
Excited?
Yep.
Excited, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Big guest tonight?
Big guest tonight.
Big guest tonight, and we're happy about it, right?
It's been a while coming, this one.
Yeah, it's been a while. You know what? I got so many questions for him. And you know what? Let's just hop to it. Who cares?
Let's not waste any time here.
No. I just want to get it. So please help us welcome to the show, Logan Stankoven from the Dallas Stars. Logan, what's up?
What is up, Logan?
Hey.
Not too
How you
much.
doing, man?
Thanks for having me.
Oh man, my pleasure. Thanks for doing this. Thank you. We really appreciate this.
No problem.
Look, there's a lot of shit I want to get to. But look, let's just start off like we always do. How the hell? How's it going? You good? What are you doing now? You're training? What are you doing? You started your training?
Everything's good. Just kind of ramping up my training on the ice a bit more and in the gym lot. So Monday to Friday is go time, and then usually Saturday, Sunday is my rest days.
Saturday, Sunday's your rest days, and you're in the gym every day on the ice every day?
Yeah. Monday to Friday is in the gym Monday to Friday, and then ice times just differ depending on the week. But this week I have ice Monday to Thursday.
Wow.
Nice.
That's commitment, man. Logan, you're in the NHL. Like, what is it that you work on? Like, I mean, you understand? Like, I understand. Like, once you're trying to get there, you're trying to get to whatever AAA, whatever. You're there. What does an NHLer work on?
For me, it's just about adding like more tools to my toolbox and becoming a more well-rounded player. I think obviously if you're in the NHL, you have enough skill that's helped you along the way, and I think I have a good work ethic, and that's what I kind of pride myself on. But
Amazing.
I think when you can add more pieces to your game, whether it's working on your shot or working on your edges or your skating, whatever it may be, there's always things to kind of improve upon. And for me, it's just about looking back on my season and seeing what things I can get better at.
So you can stay there the whole year.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
That's pretty much
exactly.
it. I mean, that's the goal, right? That's
sure.
amazing.
Yeah. So actually, so you talked about your game and the different things you're working on. Is there what do you model your game after, both as a style, and is there any players that inspire you that you try to emulate whether in the past or currently? Like, what would you say how would you describe your game?
I think players that inspire me, growing up, I liked Crosby obviously a lot. I liked Mike Camilleri. Those were kind of my two main guys growing up. But
Wow. I didn't expect that one, man. I did not expect that one.
Though.
Well, we had him here. We're from Montreal, Logan, right? You know that? So we had him here for a couple of years, right? So, oh my God, I didn't expect that one.
That was he was my favorite, actually.
Are you serious?
Growing up, my team was the Habs, the Habs.
Oh, let's go.
Holy shit. Okay, you just opened up a can of worms, brother. You just opened. Okay, we got to.
I think a lot of people know that already.
Really?
Yeah. I think a lot of people know that the Habs were my favorite team growing up. I like.
Are you serious?
Crosby, but
yeah,
obviously not anymore because I'm with that.
Well, obviously, that's awesome. Okay, so I love doing this because of the segue stuff.
Yeah.
So because you mentioned the Habs, Logan, you know what? Take me to that process of the actual draft. I'll tell you why I'm asking this question. There's rumors out here every year that, when you get asked all these questions from the scouts and whatever, all the teams ask you, and apparently the Canadians ask the stupidest questions like, what kind of animal would you be in a jungle or whatever the hell it is? Take me through that process. Like, how does it happen? What goes through it?
Well, so my year was a bit different. It was a virtual draft. So
that's right. That's right.
It's true.
A lot of things were a bit different. It depended on the team. I believe I had every team send out some type of quiz or whatever, just kind of get to know you a little bit, or they do a Zoom call with you. I did get some weird questions.
Really?
I can't
like
remember
what
team it was, but the animal question, like what animal best describes you, or like what animal kind of describes what type of person you are, a player. And that was one of the questions. I think another one, I believe, I think the Islanders, their test was like
I'm sorry.
an hour long.
Really?
They had
Wow.
a test. It was it wasn't like a hard test or anything, but it was was like a personality quiz, and it was just like a
Wow.
bunch of like different things, and it was definitely like an hour, just over an hour, and that was a long one. So
And that goes like for all you kids, right? Like it goes through everybody that's in the draft year, right? They all,
yeah,
most of them get through that.
yeah.
That's crazy.
But what it's like? What does it have to do with hockey? I don't get
It
it.
has to do with psychological.
It's psychological stuff,
Yeah.
I guess, right?
It's
Character
it's
and
your thought process, and yeah, I guess
Yeah.
like your character, and
Yeah.
it's a big decision for some of these scouts. So I guess they want to get to know you outside of hockey and the player you are, or person you are as well, not just a player.
I mean,
if they don't like the animal you chose, though. It's done.
yeah,
You're not drafting.
what if you say, yeah, you know,
Not.
A donkey. You know?
yeah, I'm a donkey. Why? I don't know, because I like ass. I don't know, like whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I find it a little bit strange, especially here. They're like known for that. Everybody says the same thing. You know, they always ask these strange kind of questions because scouting, as we all know, is hit or miss, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we were just talking off air, Mike, you and I,
Yeah.
about because we're talking about scouting, or whatever, and we're like, you know, guys like Patrice Bergeron get missed, you know, and the reason
Yeah.
I'm saying that is because we want to segue to apparently your teammate, your housemate, Joe Pavelski. Didn't you live with Joe?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I
and
lived with him for about a
he
month.
just retired, right?
Yes, he did.
Tell me about Joe.
Joe's a great dude. Just a really like calming presence, and just a good guy to be around. You can tell just with everything he does, you know, his preparation, and even like staying at his house, we'd be sitting there at night watching the other hockey games, and me and Wyatt Johnston, we both lived with Pav.
Oh wow,
Oh,
wow,
wow.
wow, wow.
Yeah, it was a good setup. But anyways, Pav was, you know, rolling out on the ground and stretching on the floor while we were watching the game. So
That's
obviously
insane.
that just goes to show, you know, how much of a pro he is,
Commitment.
taking care of
Real
his body.
professional.
Yeah, just a
Incredible.
real professional, and it's easy to see why, you know, he had such a long career.
That's amazing for guys like you, man. You know, you young guys that come in, you see that work ethic, right? I mean, this is
Yeah.
a kid that got drafted, 207th or something like that
believe so,
overall.
yeah.
Almost 500 goals in the league. He hit 1,000 games, right? He hit 1,000
Yeah,
games,
I'm
if
pretty
not
sure
very
he did.
close, whatever. Incredible. That must do so much for you guys, man. That's really cool. That's really cool to hear.
Yeah, and I'm assuming the tap water at Joe's must be doing something because he had two guys pop off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Both of you, man.
were killing it.
Wyatt has. I still got to make more of an impact, but it was good to see Wyatt, you know, have a breakout season, and yeah, he's going to be a heck of a player.
It's
for
exciting.
Dallas, so.
Yeah.
Well, take it from us out here. It's exciting to watch you guys, man. Because you know what? And I'll say it again. You guys were my dark horse. You really were. I swear to you, you were. You made me lose my pool, but whatever. That's another story. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. But yeah, that must be something else, man. You know, you're learning from guys that are like Hall of Famer, Joe Pavelski, Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
without a doubt, without a doubt,
For sure.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So you got to play in 3 different leagues within like a year and a half time, really. You were in the WHL, made the jump. Well, actually, in the WHL, I have your stats here, actually. Hold on. Your last season, you had 48 games played with 97 points, which is nice numbers. I mean, I know it's WHL. It's not the
Stupid
same
numbers.
level
Oh my
as
God.
NHL, but, you know. Then you made the jump to the AHL, played 47 games, 57 points.
Nice.
And then a little bit after, you were already in the Dallas Stars. You played 24 games, 14 points. What was the big differences here? Like jumping from one league to another so quick. Usually people take like a few years time to adjust. You just went through it straight.
Yeah, I don't have a direct answer to that, but I think just some of the experiences I've had, you know, being able to play in 2 World Juniors and a Memorial Cup, you just gain experience, and getting to have that opportunity, and, you know, you win some, you lose some, but I think that's kind of prepared me for the next level, and getting a taste of the big stage. You know, all eyes are on you in the NHL, and every little thing you do is, you know, it's a big deal, right? Everybody's watching you, so
Under the microscope, yeah,
Absolutely.
of course.
yeah, for sure. So I think that just prepares me for, you know, this past season, first year pro. I didn't know what to expect, and I kind of knew that I was gonna have to start down in the AHL and kind of work my way up. I didn't know how long it was going to take for me to have success, but I just wanted to keep on getting better and taking advantage of the opportunities that I got. And yeah, Dallas gave me that opportunity to get called
That's
up, and I
awesome.
wanted to make sure that I didn't get sent back down. So
Smart young man, man. Smart
Keep
young
going
man.
exactly the way you're
Smart
going. It's
young man.
working.
That's incredible. It's very rare that you hear that. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
at that age,
you know
like-
what? You mentioned the World Juniors, so I'm going to jump into another question I had. You got to be line mates with Connor Bedard and ours truly here in Montreal, Joshua Roy.
yeah.
How was that?
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun playing with those two guys. I think we almost kind of had instant chemistry, and yeah, like just playing with Bedard, I was almost just get him the puck and he'll do his thing. And
Logan,
I
is he the
think
real
with-
deal? Is he the real
oh,
deal?
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
That's for sure. And then obviously with Josh, you know, he sees the ice so well and is a great playmaker and can put the puck in the net too. So
So
I
we
thought
like to
that was
hear.
a great line. It was both are great dudes as well, and we had a lot of fun playing together.
That's great.
awesome.
That's great.
So after you do that whole running the gamut from league to league, and obviously, like when you were drafted and even entering into the Dallas Stars organization, what's it like just being on a team that's being built with a vision of a guy like Jim Nill, with his history and his idea of how to build a team and build a winner? Given his years in Detroit and given what he's done with Dallas, I'm imagining that there must be like a really strong sense of leadership just within that whole organization.
Yeah, there is, and I think it starts at the top with the older guys. Obviously, you know, Pav and Benner, you know, Duchesne. A lot of those guys are great leaders. You know, we have some older guys that I didn't mention as well, but all of them just kind of bring a calming presence, and there just didn't seem to be any panic in the room. And obviously, it would have been nice to go a bit farther and to finish off Edmonton, but it was a tough series there, and obviously, yeah, they deserve to move on, and yeah, it's nice to see the future that we have coming.
Logan, in your opinion, what do you think? What was missing? What was like what didn't you guys? I mean, it was close, but no cigar. Like, what was missing, in your opinion?
I think a bit of finish on our chances, myself included. Like, I didn't have any goals that series, so it would have been nice to find the back of the net. And I think power play too. Like, we had our chances and we just couldn't bury, and it almost seemed like we kind of ran out of gas there.
Well-
I thought we played really well in Game 6 there, kind of dominated there for most part, but
Yeah.
they scored 2 quick ones early in the power play, and
Yeah, I was
we
going to
just
say that.
couldn't dig ourselves out of the hole there.
Yeah. And their penalty kill was like phenomenal
Yeah.
against you guys. Yeah.
It was,
so,
yeah. It
yeah,
was.
that was something else.
Yeah.
That was,
Well, I gotta forgive the jerseys behind me here. So I'm sorry about that.
Mike's been an Edmonton
No
fan
worries.
his whole
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, I've actually been a long time Edmonton fan, so I'm sure you're not gonna like me too much. But but I gotta ask though, what was it like playing on the ice with this guy? Right
Yeah,
now?
it's insane. He's so good, like side to side, and
Yeah.
yeah, just the things he does out there is insane. He just controls the puck, and everybody at that level is so good, but he's just on a whole nother level, and it's almost like everything's kind of slowed down for him, and he just sees plays that you may not see, and and the thing about him is he's responsible on both sides of the puck as well. You know, he's not just a goal scorer. He's good in his own zone, and you know, plays hard defense and then creates offense off the rush. So
Logan, what does that do to you? Like when you jump on the ice and he's on the ice, like does that motivate you? Do you no,
Yeah.
I'm not,
You say, holy
like
shit.
you say, okay, like I'm
I know
gonna
that it's
exactly.
it's a
That's
lot of
exactly what I'm asking. Yeah,
yeah,
Because-
I see it as a challenge. Like, you can't be scared or nervous to go out against
No.
him. You got to have respect for him, but I think, you know, play him hard and honest. And at the end of the game, if he hasn't put the puck in the net or
mission accomplished.
showing up on the score sheet, then yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you want, right? So
Yeah, that's mission accomplished. Exactly.
he's a guy that controls their team and how they play. You know, if he shows up, then that's a big thing for their team.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Amazing.
The off-season moves that the Dallas Stars made, which wasn't much. There's a couple of guys. I mean, you signed our guy, Ilya Labushkin. Ilya's there. Bush.
Well, you know what? He's
tough
a
guy,
solid
tough
guy,
customer,
yeah.
tough customer. Bush. What do you think of the moves you guys made?
I thought it was great.
Yeah?
Obviously, some of those guys that we moved out are going to be missed, and
Yeah.
yeah, good
Pavelski.
teammates. But every year there's a bit of turnover just with contracts and whatnot. that's just the way it is, and it's a business, right? So I'm excited to meet the new guys coming in. I think gives our team a bit of depth, and looking forward to this coming year.
That's amazing, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna pick them as my dark horse this year. I think I'm gonna. I'm serious.
Jinx them.
No, yeah, because I'm gonna jinx them. It's because I'm a big believer in. I think you have to lose before you could get to that other level, right? Just so you can. I'm not gonna say fix the problems, but you know what I mean. Like
You gotta understand.
you
where
need to
the
understand
problem is.
why we lost. Why? Okay, so we did this and we didn't get through it. So let's go do that and let's get to that. You know what I mean? And I think if you don't go through that, look at the Edmonton. Look, we said the same thing about the Florida Panthers last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got to the dance, not so much. This year they kind of fixed certain things. Look what happened, right?
Yeah.
They
So-
were a force, though. Honestly, this year was insane,
Yeah,
too.
and my next question to you is, you're 5'8". It says you're 5'8", okay? And I'm a small guy too, and I played my sports, whatever. Small guy too. Is there really? How can I put this properly? Is it really a big man's sport, or it's like, do you see a lot more guys like you into the league and saying, no, look, we can dance with them?
I think it's a good thing to have both. Like, you can't have a team of big guys, you can't have a team of small guys. I think everybody kind of brings a different chip to the table and a different piece of their game, which is helps the team be successful. So I think being a smaller guy, for me, it's about kind of being fearless around the net and not being scared to go to the dirty areas. So I like to play more of a skilled game and stuff, but when it's playoffs, it's not easy to.
It doesn't
score
matter.
those
That's right.
skilled
That's
goals,
right.
So it's just got to go hard to the net, and you never know what can happen.
The reason I asked that is because obviously from Montreal, a lot of small guys, right? We got Cole Caulfield here, we got
Brendan
Suzuki
Gallagher.
here, Gallagher's here, Jake Evans, little guys like that. And they do what they got to do, right? So the reason I'm asking is because you see more and more of these guys, and a lot of more guys are getting drafted. You're not getting these Tom Wilson guys. You know what I mean? Like all these monsters, whatever. So I figured, is that what the league is going towards, or is it still the big guy in the playoffs?
I think teams obviously will select a bigger guy over a smaller guy any day, but it is nice to see that there are a few more smaller guys in the league, and it's just something you can't control. Like, size is a thing that is out of your hands, and whatever card you're dealt, you do the best of it, or take advantage of it and do whatever you can. But it's nice to see guys like Cole Caulfield have success, or Gallagher as well. I train with Gallagher a little bit down in
nice.
Vancouver for a few weeks in August, so it's nice to kind of chat with him, and it's exciting
Well,
to see guys
love
do
that guy.
also that can do
Here
that
in
as well.
Montreal, he's known for his work ethic. I mean, the kid is he's not the biggest kid in the world, but I guarantee you something. He's got the absolute biggest heart I've seen in a long,
He
long
gives it
time.
100% every game.
He's
Definitely,
and when you model your game over guys like that, after guys like that, how can you go wrong? How do you go wrong?
Sure.
Absolutely. So you're a Canadian kid and you're playing for the Dallas Stars. You're playing for an organization that's probably like, of the Southern organizations, probably one of the more established ones that has been around a while, has a bigger history. What do you think? How is the Texas market, the Texas crowd with hockey? I mean, I'm asking this because of the whole Utah thing with Phoenix that's going on right now. But you're in a market that's maybe a little bit more solidified. Do you feel like the crowd and the market generally is responsive to the sport, or they're still kind of getting used to it in some ways?
No, I thought they were really supportive. I didn't know what to expect coming down to Texas. They love their football, their baseball,
Football's right.
basketball too. So I didn't know what to expect, but the crowds have been awesome, and it gets really loud in there. They're excited to come watch the games. They love the big moments in the game, the hits, the fights, the goals. They love all that. So it's cool that the fans are passionate, and hopefully the game of hockey can keep growing down there, because it'd just be nice to see kind of things take off down there.
That's a trip we got to do, guys.
But
We gotta go
Texas,
see Dallas,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that long way, man. Long way from us and down here.
We're going to get there.
Logan, we had a couple of guys on some Hall of Famers on the show, and I asked them each a question. If there was one thing they could change in the game, what would it be? Now, they're older guys, older than I am, so they both said, we're going to put in the red line. That's what they wanted back. You've never obviously played. You were born in 2003.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. So you never played with the red line. If there's one thing Logan Stankoven can change in a National Hockey League, what does he do?
Oh man, that's a tough question.
Goalies wear no gear or whatever. Some stupidity like that.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty hard to score on some of these goalies these days.
I knew it. They're all the same, man. A goalie.
I think if maybe the league made the goalie gear a little bit smaller.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. I love the game of hockey. I don't think there's anything I'd change. You'd have to. It was kind of an unexpected question. I'd have to probably.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking because of the age gap, right? I mean, the guys that I asked were Hall of Famer guys. They're well, yeah, like they're done. They've been done for a while, and all three of them said red line. We got to put
the red line
because they're saying that the concussion problems, right? A lot of guys saying, it's got nothing to do with the hitting to the head, whatever. It's got to do with the speed of the game and the chase and the hit and the whatever and the open ice hit and whatever. And they're like, if you put that red line back in, it slows it down a little. That's why I asked you. I'm like, are you a proponent for that? Do you want to slow it down, or are you good with the speed of it? Because listen, as a fan, it's exciting.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
I have no problem with it. Like I like how fast the game is, and I guess now, like, thinking that question again, I think it'd be cool if they extended 3-on-3 overtime a bit longer than 5 minutes.
Wow.
I think the 5 minutes goes by pretty fast, and I think
so you're
10 minutes. I think
you like that 3-on-3 thing.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. It's exciting.
Well, it's better than shootout.
I can't stand the shootout, man. Listen, coming from soccer,
it's tough.
That's deciding a game on a look. And I'm a soccer guy, okay? And I mean, World Cups have been decided on a shootout. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You train your whole life to go to the World Cup. You finally make it, and then some penalty kick stupidity makes you not lift the cup. Oh my God, that's so.
Go either way.
You're good with the 3-on-3 a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. Who's your team in soccer? Were you watching the Euros or the Copa at all?
Of course. Are you kidding me, man? Like religion. Yeah. Logan, I played semi-pro here when I was a kid, and in my day, I just find they have destroyed the game with the faking and the like. It's become ridiculous. The embellishments are ridiculous. They're being made fun of on every sports station, every media, everything. I mean, and I'm not talking the Joe Blow guy. I'm talking the major guys. I'm talking the Cristiano Ronaldos. You know what I mean? I'm talking Neymar's. All the big guys. They're flopping over like guppies out of water. You know what I mean? Like, are you get out?
Yeah. Some of them are. I mean,
ridiculous.
Some of them don't, but some of them, you can definitely tell. Like, I was pretty invested in watching the Copa.
Did you see that?
Canada lots. And
did you see that?
Did
you see that?
Some of those games. I'm not
Come
gonna
on.
mention what game, but
well, I'll mention it because I'll mention it. The Argentina game, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
exactly. That
was bad and
stupid.
I mean, none of the Canada guys were doing it, but
that's right.
Yeah, there was
that's right.
Respect to that. Argentina that were
absolutely.
That's right. I just find it so stupid. Can you imagine that in hockey? Dude, you got to plaster a guy in the boards. You got to take him out with a spatula. He comes back, gets stitched up. He doesn't miss a shift.
Speaking of plastering, we got Logan here with McNabb during the playoffs.
Oh man,
yeah.
What the hell happened there, man?
It's like what
the hell happened there?
And then Jamie Benn got him pretty nice too.
Yeah, well, that's because your captain defends you.
That was nice of him to come in. I got rocked there pretty hard, but
I remember that. I was like, oh shit!
I didn't want to chicken out on that play, so. I saw him coming, and I don't think he was going for the puck. I think he was just trying to blow me up.
Trying to hurt you.
It is what it is, but it didn't hurt. It just kind of woke me up. I got up right away, and I was fine. So
I remember we were talking at that point, and I go, "Oh, there goes Logan."
so much for him being on the show. You know,
that's probably the biggest hit I've taken in my life.
Is that right? Is that right?
A big one.
Yeah, good wake up call, but it's all good.
Oh my God!
At least you saw him coming. That's important.
Yeah, that's the main thing. So the Dallas Stars this year. When you guys kick it off, when like the training camp, I mean, at the end of
will start around September 16th, 17th.
Oh, really?
There's not a exact date yet, but it's somewhere around then, and I'll probably head back down around Labor Day weekend. So probably go like a week and a half early just to get myself settled in and train a bit and skate a bit with the guys, and then everything.
And get back into it. And Logan, do you think the season is too long? The 82 games plus all the 6 or 7, 8 games, preseason games plus the, obviously the playoffs. You think it's too long?
I think at times it can get a bit long.
On your body too, right?
It's a long season, but if you think about it, for a team that doesn't make playoffs, like you're done by end of April, right? So you don't start, or training camp isn't until mid-September.
September,
it's a long time. It's hard you can't change playoffs. Like it's 7-game series is something that's been around for a long time now, but it is a long season. But I think it has to be like that just for in terms of revenue and whatnot. But there's two sides to it. So
obviously, yeah. See, I'm a big proponent in the 116, the 215 kind of thing. And I understand the travel is crazy. They were saying a couple days ago they were showing that the most traveled team is them.
Yeah.
The Dallas Stars. I think it was like 51,000 miles. Florida, the same thing. It's like, you know what? When you think of it that way, I'm like, you know what? It does make sense. It is. It's stupid. It's heavy. It's heavy on the body, man.
Yeah,
it's heavy on the body.
Us in Florida play that series over in Finland there. So I think that's.
Oh, that's right. That's
cool.
right. That's right. That's right. You guys are doing that too. Oh my God.
Excited for that?
It must be long.
I've never been to Finland, so that'll be cool.
That's cool. That's cool. Logan, best player you ever played with?
Ooh.
Sorry, man. I don't mean to be putting you on the spot.
Curveballs.
Best player I've ever played with.
Yeah.
Probably say like Bedard or Jamie Benn, Jason Robertson.
Wow.
Rupe Hintz is
he's
really underrated, I think.
Underrated.
Mike was actually
Very underrated. Such a good player. So,
that's one of Mike's favorite players. Yeah.
He's a gem, man. That guy, it's unbelievable, his talent.
I'm sure Wyatt Johnston will be up there soon too. He's
absolutely
he's automatic when he's got the puck.
Really, that good, right? Well, listen, I saw you guys play together. And, it's good to see, man. Young kids coming in, I like that.
Look, in fairness, even though I'm an Oilers fan, one of my all-time favorite players was Mike Modano.
The king.
So, always. And I remember that Stanley Cup win like it was yesterday. And
it's a while back.
It was amazing, man. He was an incredible player. And that I've always had a soft spot for that organization.
Do you guys have that, Logan? Yeah. Do you guys have all the alumni come around? Because Montreal's big on that, right? They get everybody here. You name it. But also, Montreal's been in the league 100 years, right? Do you guys have that too? That a lot of guys come by? Modano, Brett Hall, or whatever. Yeah,
sometimes they'll come down and say hi, or come down to our practice facility for the day. But it's cool when you see those guys.
That's awesome, man. That's great. That's great. Yanni, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna talk about it must be so different from going from a Canadian market like WHL, let's say, where everybody's so invested. Right, in hockey, I'm assuming it's the same thing as everywhere else in Canada, right?
Well,
yeah,
pretty much.
So going from there to Dallas, it must have been really
because it's Cowboys, right? In Dallas,
because you were also at home, right? You're from Kamloops, so you went from living at home, I'm assuming, to completely shifting gears, going living with Pavelski and all that. Must have been completely different.
It was big time. Kind of first time living away from home, and at the beginning of the year I started with the farm team down in Austin, so at that time I had to find my own apartment and kind of cook on my own for the first time as well.
It's fun times.
It's not easy. It's a little bit hectic. I think the first few weeks were tough, just trying to figure out what to cook and time management and whatnot, because at home, right, playing for the Blazers, I had everything done for me, and
that's right, because you're home.
That's why I was
it's true. You're home.
As fun as it was, playing at home and living here, playing my hometown for the Blazers, it was hard to kind of grow up, right? So you got your mom and dad here, and you're used to seeing them every day and them making you meals, and then you go down there and you're on your own, and
everything
not really anybody
changes,
helping you out, and it was hard at first, but once I got past those first few weeks, it was kind of smooth sailing from there on.
Awesome.
So what's Chef Logan's go-to meal nowadays?
Exactly.
Pre-game?
Well, pregame meal, I like salmon, rice, what is it, sweet potato, or like
Oh,
yams,
nice.
and then salad. So that's what I usually like, but it switches depending on how I'm playing too. So
All the the free agent signings that just happened a couple of weeks ago. What impressed you the most, man? I mean, is it like us, like what Nashville did? Did Nashville freak everybody out? Is
yeah,
everybody's like,
yeah,
oh, let's look out now, you know?
yeah, I was pretty surprised by their signings, but definitely makes their team a lot better. Getting Marchessault and Stamkos too.
Stamp, yeah.
They're going to be a contender for sure.
Yeah, Brady Shea. They got a couple
Yeah,
of guys.
that's
A
another
lot of
great
changes,
player.
man. A lot of changes.
Yeah.
You know, living in the salary cap era, and I mean, you could see the flag behind me, right? That I've been a fan of my whole life. Shut
Poor
up.
guy.
Shut up. Leave me alone, man. Oh, man. See what I got to go through, Logan? No, I'm just kidding. And the salary cap era, it makes it so difficult, right? It just, you know, it's tough for a team to stay together, you know?
Yeah.
As a player, I understand that you probably won't be able to tell me, but I'm sure you guys talk amongst each other and say, you know what, let's do this. Let's take a little bit more. Let's take a little bit less. Let's do this. Let's do that, so we can stay together, build a team. Does that still go on, Logan? Does that still go on? Like you know, like let's do this for the team, kind of thing.
I think it does for sure. It's only my first year in the league, and
No, I understand.
I still have 2 years left of my contract.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it does. Like, you hear the stories about, I don't know if you heard, but when, in Colorado there, McKinnon, was telling
Yes.
Durant,
Yes. Of
hey,
course.
come play with us. You might need to take a bit of a pay
Yeah.
cut, but, come play with me, come play on my line. And I mean, you got Nathan McKinnon asking you to come play and kind of
insane.
reunite those two guys together, because they played together for the Moose Hens back
That's
in the
right.
day.
That's
So,
right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
yeah, you do see that stuff happen, and it's pretty cool when guys do take a pay cut and you put together a great team to make a run at it.
I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's because I'm older. In my day, you heard a lot more of that. You know what I mean? Like, I remember in Detroit, oh, you're not getting more than Lidstrom, or in Boston, no one's getting any more than Ray Bork and whatever. And they would build a team and challenge every year, right? It seems
Yeah.
like now there's not so much of that. Then you hear things. Oh, this guy's selfish. This guy's this. I understand everybody looks out for their families, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, without mentioning any names, because we had the show about it last time, you get drafted, the team selects you. You should be so proud, so happy. Your family's happy. You make everybody proud. All the sacrifices that your whole family did, that you did yourself. Then you get selected. Then a couple of months later, I don't want to be here. I want out of here. It didn't happen that much when I was growing up. It happened with the Lindros thing, and at all those years later, we found out that
There was other
there was
stuff.
there was other
reasons.
stuff, and he was right. His father was right all along. But my thing is, I don't know, man. I just don't see that happening today. Like, I find these kids are a little bit more selfish. Is it me? I'm like,
I guess it depends on the person.
yeah, I don't know, man. You hear it. So many guys that oh, I don't want to play here no more. I don't want to play here no more. Like, it's happening. That's happening in Winnipeg, right? You know who we're talking about. I don't want to mention any names.
Yeah.
It's happening in
happened in
Winnipeg.
Philly.
It happened in Philly. You know what I mean? I just find that that's a little bit. I don't know, man. Like, when you got selected, you must have been ecstatic, right?
Yeah. I was.
Okay.
Yeah, I was pumped.
Let me just go and let me do my best. Let me try to make the team, right? Like,
Prove
everything you just
yourself
said.
and
Let me
go.
prove
Yeah,
myself.
it's an opportunity to play in the best hockey league in the world and
To
make
live your
difference, right?
dream.
So
Exactly.
it's exactly what you want, and it doesn't really matter, where or what team you're going to. It's just about getting that opportunity, right? That's all you want, and it's all you want
man.
as a kid. So, but
Okay.
I think it is a different era, right? And I mean, I think at the end of the day, you see how much the NHL or these organizations, it's a business, and
Of course.
you even see with Vegas, they've made so many changes and bringing in guys and sending out some of their original
Out.
misfits, like
Yeah.
Riley Smith and Jonathan
crazy.
Marchessault,
And now Marchessault,
then
yeah, exactly.
even in Tampa,
Oh,
Stamkos
my God.
said he wanted to resign, and that guy's a legend there, and
Yeah.
it
And it still
just
happens.
seemed like they just didn't want it to work. So
Because
I
it's
mean,
business.
I think it is a business, and it's sad, but at the same time, that's just how it works. So I think at the end of the day, sometimes, you just need to look out for yourself and for your family and kind of do what's best for you. But it just depends on your mindset, and For me, I'm just really thankful to be in the position I am, and I want to do the best I can in Dallas. So.
Right on.
Smart kid, man. Honest to God,
I want to
smart
ask
kid.
one question. Now, this is a little bit more on the business side of hockey, but it's a topic that's come up on our show. It's come up on a lot of shows recently.
I know where you're going.
But the reason why I want to get a player's perspective, there's a lot of talk and chatter and controversy about these no movement clauses, and how like some teams and a lot of people in the media are talking about how it handcuffs the team to build. How it, yeah, not just here though. I've seen it on I've even heard it on Chicklets. Like there's numerous people talking about how these no movement clauses are getting a little too much to the point where teams can't make moves in order to better their franchise. Do you? I know you're part of the PA. I understand all that, but I'm just saying as a hockey observer, do you feel like the no movement clauses have had some negative impact, or do you think that's more just media fluff?
I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't really know too much about a no movement clause. I'd have to talk to my agent about that stuff. I honestly, I can't comment on that because I just haven't been in that situation. I don't fully understand what the details are behind that. Sorry, I can't really answer that. I don't want to lie to you and
No.
Perfectly fine.
It just,
I honestly don't. So
I'm a big proponent in this. If like we had this discussion on last show, I'm like, if I'm an owner of an NHL team and I'm giving out like my GM is giving out a no movement clause, you're handcuffing, like you're dictating how my business is being ran, and I just find it completely off. I wouldn't do it. That's just me. That's just my opinion.
Like I said last episode, it's because the player proved himself to a certain point where he deserves that no movement.
Absolutely,
clause.
absolutely. Yeah. You're totally right.
I believe if it's there, it's because he deserves it, and simple as that.
You're totally right, man. You're totally right. So, look, before we go, what's Logan Stankoven's summer going to be like now? Like, you got a couple weeks, right? The rest of the summer, you're going to train, and then back to the grind?
Yeah, basically, like I said, everything's kind of ramped up here. It was last week. Like, last week was crazy. I had workout Monday to Friday, and I was on the ice 10 times last week, so it was crazy. But
Jesus Christ.
this week it's only 4 times, just Monday to Thursday. Actually, next week my family and I are going on a little vacation just for like 4 or 5 days. Get away to a place called Penticton here in BC. It's just a nice little place.
I know
relax
Penticton
by the lake.
Yeah. Been there.
And
Good
then,
for you.
Yeah, then it's back to the grind all of August. So
good for you, man.
It's technically your rookie season, right? Coming up.
Yeah.
So you're going up.
It's going up against Celebrini.
The Celebrini thing.
It's gonna be a race. I see it.
It's gonna be tough. But who knows?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. Listen, if you play half as good as you did in the playoffs, you're in. You're in. And you're a Habs fan, right? So you want me to call a few guys here and make a few? No, just kidding. Just kidding. Like, listen, dude, thank you so much for doing this. This is greatly appreciated. We just wanted to just, like I said, just chat with you, man, just to see what was going on, and wish you luck. Wish you lots of luck with the Dallas Stars. Mike, would you say the same thing? I would.
Yeah, well,
I
wish them luck as long as,
as long as it's not against you guys, right?
McDavid, right?
Oh my God, Logan, thank you so much for doing this, man. It was really fun talking to you, man.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Be good.
Buddy.
Yeah, have a good one.
Thank you. It's fun.